All right. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Here we are. Game 1 of our next series for today. This is the winner finals, essentially, of Group B. The winner advances on to the playoffs. The loser will have to play in a deciding match against Hippomaniacs, who, of course, is coming off their victory against Espada. Fun series to watch there. This is the GG.Bet Invitational on BreakyCPK, joined by DeMoN once again. Alliance versus ferzee. We've seen these teams play several times recently. Alliance more recently got, of course, the better of ferzee at 3-0 grand finals in the We Play event. Earning their share of that prize pool. But ferzee has proven to be a good team, and you also may notice something a little different on their side. That would be Ramses. The Ramses stepping in.
That's pretty interesting because, you know, let me just get one of the best players in the world and to stand in for my team. And not only that, let him captain for my team. Let him draft for my team.
Exactly.
And just, you know, an Alliance actually going for the cheese strat here, huh?
It's just, brood.
Well, they know Ramses is probably pretty famous for his brood mother. So let's get rid of that right now. Either we're going to ban it or we're going to take it from you.
Yeah.
And obviously it fits in right now. It's Shaker. But then, yeah, it's kind of interesting, right? Who's the other guy that was missing from ferzee's?
I knew you were going to put me on the spot. Here, let me. We can do it this way. Roster. I want to do the right one. Roster of ferzee. Let's see. What is usually the roster? It would be Aphonine. Afro Ninja, as people call him.
Is he the captain? Who's the normal captain here?
I don't know, actually. Another question I don't have answers for. But it's definitely usually not Ramses, once again, who does have that crown over there.
Yeah, no one has that crown on, like I'm looking on their Wikipedia too, and no one has a crown.
Yeah, so I don't know, it's maybe just a team effort. And
you know what? You know, Ramsey, you're the veteran here. Yeah. Just do whatever you want to do, man. Carry us to victory.
This guy's just busy with his Head and Shoulders commercial and shit.
And that's the privilege of playing with the stand-in like that. It's just like he has actually the full control of the team. Like he can command them if he wants to. He's drafting. Yeah. He's coming up with his own strategy. Win or lose, it's like they're gonna respect his calls anyway.
He drafts occasionally for VP in more of the matches where they don't really, care as much. So.
Oh yeah, I mean, even when Solo took a little vacation, a little break off the Dota team for like a month, Ramsey was their designated drafter and/or captain. So. Yeah.
This will be fun to see who he plays. Now we pointed out Doxlock is usually their safe lane, so I mean Ramses might play mid. It's going to be interesting to see where he plays in the end, but.
I mean, it looks like a Ramsey Weaver so far. Let's just go with hero. I think it's more hero selection than designated roles here. Mag being one of the best top picks against Broodmother. I mean, Earthshaker mid lane does well versus Broodmother as well, but Magnus is another alternative. You can't really pressure this hero too heavily, and both heroes will essentially kind of just farm. I think Brood generally has a little bit of an upper edge just because he's able to farm the neutrals, but Mag will always constantly push the... Like, what he wants to do is just constantly push the wave into his tower, so Brood won't be able to farm the jungle as efficiently or effectively. And yeah, so that's just kind of it right now.
It was a good opening pick, too, with the Earthshaker. I feel like not like it's a good hero, but obviously if you're looking to go against Broodmother, Earthshaker could have been a decent hero in that zone, right? So.
Yeah, there's not a lot of heroes that can really stand against Brood. I mean, Spectre's one, the most unorthodox kind of hero. He stands mid because you can't really... You just max out your nuke and your dispersion, and if you go on him, he daggers. All those spiders are just going to blow up.
I haven't seen that yet. Interesting. Necrophos, maybe another one.
In mid lane, off lane, and it's a little different because you can just cut the wave like that. But I mean, you can do it in mid lane too. Spectre, but Spectre's not here. So you're
never really gonna stop Broodmother. Is what it comes down to. She's always gonna find that farm. It seems like.
Well, you don't want to free farm Spectre either. So
true. Phoenix, 4th pick for ferzee. You see Trio Protector coming out for Alliance. So again, is that a bit of takeaway of sorts perhaps themselves, or they just like Phoenix here?
They have some big AoE cooldowns if they got Phoenix too. It's kind of weird. You have Earthshaker, Treant, Phoenix. It just makes your lineup look really weird, and you're just fully reliant. It's kind of almost all in on this Broodmother. Your support duo. I mean, they have a support duo of Shaker, Treant now. Small chance of either one being a core, but who knows? I don't know. I don't think either team has really ran it before. And Ramsey's really smart with the bans too. He knows what Alliance really excels in. Which is the top priority picks for them. We saw like in the previous games, which is the Chen, Earth Spirit, and the Io. I mean, who's prepared for this? He's like, I'm gonna stand in for you guys. Let's just destroy this hot streak alliance and put them in their place. But Insania, it's like he pulled out some, hey, Earthshaker Broodmother. How often have you seen that lately? Especially the Broodmother, right?
I think, yeah, Koikfa does have some history recently as well playing this Broodmother. Again, these micro heroes, you mentioned yesterday when we were watching them, Arc Warden didn't necessarily play the longest in the past yet. More recently, Lone Druidy's always been notorious for. Now Broodmother, another one. So he's clearly got that practice in as of late.
Koikfa Brood.
Koikfa Brood. Don't laugh at
I call him
sir.
I call him Cockfa.
I noticed. I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be Koikfa, but...
Well, he has a weird name. It's just like
It is,
QOJQVA. Cock.
I don't know if it stands for something or if that's just like
It's just
6 letters he put together that he thought sounded
I think
fun.
it was some. If I recall, I can be wrong, but it's just something like he just randomly pressed on his keyboard and it came out.
One of those.
One of those names.
QWERTY.
QWERTY. I like QWERTY. The QWERTY was a cool name. It was Dota 1 guy too.
Old school right there.
It's a player too, right?
I don't know. Sure.
Oh.
I'm sure it's
You
been
said
a player.
you said old school, so I was like, hey,
well, that's old school like computer gaming in general.
Oh,
like
who's a player?
QWERTY. You just do that on your keyboard. It's like all on the top.
Player.
Radiant team
I'm sure he
back.
was. I was probably better.
Something happened to him. It was pretty severe too. I don't know. Anyway,
As you're
just
thinking now.
moving forward. No, some death or something. I don't know.
Oh, gee.
Something
okay.
really severe happened.
That's
why.
unfortunate. That took a dark turn. All right, Vengeful, 4th pick, though. For Alliance, is that going to be a core bench? No.
Yeah,
10
it is.
seconds remaining.
Well,
No.
core Earthshaker, I think Boxy does have history playing
5
Earthshaker as a core,
seconds
so
remaining.
I would more so lean towards that.
I guess so. No, actually, Core Shaker makes more sense because you have lockdown for the Weaver. You don't want to rely. Neither heroes.
Radiant
Earthshaker's the
team
only
pick.
like lockdown for the Weaver right now. Same with kind of like the. Well, you have Treant for Phoenix. And they kind of have an answer for Phoenix right now because Brood generally has this insane attack speed, and then he farms a pretty fast BKB as well. So he's gonna be the one focusing the Phoenix. At the same time, you have Mag to kind of back up and save the egg as well. So
10 seconds remaining. Pick.
Clinks.
I like that pick. You
The
defi-
Mickey Clinks.
yeah, needed. I mean, at the end of the day, you just kind of need an egg killer.
He's good
A
at
range hero. You don't need melee heroes are generally much harder, especially against the Magnus.
that. Potentially get like an Orchid, too, to help deal with Weaver.
Mm-hmm.
You jump on him before you get time lapse.
10 seconds remaining.
Broodmother's probably going to get an Orchid, too, for that matter, because that's more of the natural build for Brood.
No, it's
5
it's
seconds
not. Is
remaining.
it? No, it's diffuse.
Really?
Really?
Well, diffuse.
Really?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I guess diffuse is more of like the initial. I feel like I see a lot of Orchids on Broodmother lately.
It's more
too. It's like
situational,
more
but I
mid-game.
think this Orchid into Bloodthorn on Brood, it's kind of like risky because it's a pretty higher end, more expensive item. It doesn't really give you much from it just gives you intel, a silence, and a little bit of extra attack speed. In
Yeah.
comparison, like that's why this diffusal is so good because it's like the slow into like rushing into BKB, and he becomes untouchable at this point because he farms so quickly. He gets his net worth is generally
Now
it's a
select
good
your
pick here
heroes.
actually, because I mean yeah. So, but between this, it's like Terrorblade was obviously a really good pick here because they're based off almost all physical damage. They don't have any real answers for illusions either. And Earthshaker is just it comes down to Earthshaker and Venge kind of putting him out of position to kill this TB. Ramsey's actually playing the Magnus as well.
Yeah. Is that against the Brood, you think?
Yeah, I mean
Messed up.
he knows how Brood works, so he's like,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
I got this, guys. I'll take care of him. Just you guys win your
Ooh.
lanes.
Support Weaver as well. It's King R on the
Oh,
Weaver. in
Mickey's playing the Venge.
there. Wait, what? Oh, well, yeah. Look, Boxy on Clinks. Oh, so it's actually a support Treant and Earthshaker. So yeah, we were right with the core.
Oh,
Vengeful.
Jimbo was right.
I said a we, but yeah.
Yeah.
Fine, you get credit. Ochre offlane, by the way. It's being played by Afterlife, so they're going with that meaty offlane hero that we've seen Ogre play a couple times.
But wasn't Vanscore and Ramsey's former teammates in the past? I could be wrong. Maybe
Every
that's
CIS player has been former team. It
Afterlife?
feels like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I'm sure that will somewhere in there. Yes.
Ramsey's is just one of those ones that broke out of the traditional CIS, right?
Yeah, obviously VP has kind of been its own story.
Yeah.
But
It's crazy. It's crazy how it's like VP because they were like one of the most dominant forces. No, the Dota 1 story here. You know, VP was the most dominant forces back then in the CIS region too.
in Dota 1?
In Dota 1.
They've been around that long, really?
Yeah,
I
but
didn't know
I
VP
don't know
was
if it's the
been
same
around.
owner or like, but they're still using the same name. It was Virtus Pro, and it was just them alongside with Meet Your Makers (MYM).
MYM, I know,
Yeah, so it was between them two. They were the big giants back in Dota 1 for like
SK Gaming.
SK game. Well, SK Loda was kind of lingering around. It was, I mean, it was
Okay.
MYM and SK. VP was the highest, like top one, and then
Really?
MYM and
I don't remember
SK
that.
were
Wow.
like on toe to toe. Yeah,
Huh.
and they were like that for like about 2 years, 3 years or something, and then here we are now, like VP being one of the most dominant forces here.
Ramses was
Dota
like
2.
6 years old at the time.
Oh, that was, it was, he really was, huh?
Yeah, he's like, what, 18 now maybe? 20? I think he's like 20, but still.
I mean, it was over 10,
Yeah, it was a while ago.
15 years ago or so.
Yeah.
He was like 5
He's
years
probably
old.
like 6 years old.
Baby
I'm
Ramsey.
lying. All right.
Oh, tipping Ramses here.
Having fun. All right, so Koikva on that Brood in the mid. Triple Mango, double Clarity. It's all about that mana early on for Brood.
No one pulled the Brood Mother either.
No one pulled the Brood Mother? What do you
Pull
mean?
Tangos.
Oh, Tango, got you.
They pulled, who did they pull? Clinks? Oh, Clinks is mid, right? No.
No, Cleans is top.
No, he's running top. They're tricking him. He got this, guys.
Oh, they're
Look
putting
at that.
the web down.
Oh,
He's gonna go top.
yeah.
Okay. Strats. Phoenix
got-
saw him place the web.
Yeah, of course. It's in its
Yeah.
tower, man.
30 seconds to battle.
What are you saying?
I mean, okay, but the point I was going to saw him place it and then run away was more so what I was getting at.
Yeah.
But either way, yeah.
This
no,
is where I tell
yeah,
Quick, but
that
you
was a
fooled
stupid
me,
thing to
man.
say,
You got
yeah.
me there, buddy. Sure fooled me.
Vanskier's going to scout even more, trying to figure out what truly is going on. I don't know if he's going to be able to see.
The battle
Yeah,
begins.
Brood's in the
That's-
lane.
The thing is, they see all the heroes and players too, so they kind of have an idea of what's going on. There's a little brawl here in bottom lane. I don't think Mickey should have got stunned. It's kind of, but I mean, they got the bounty rune for it, so I guess it might be okay.
It's 2 for 2.
Oh, easy kill here. Are they gonna go for it?
Oh, that was that somewhere else.
Lane.
Magic
Wow.
Missile. Let's see, that's a lot of damage, King R.
All right. Unfortunately, that was a minor fog there that he should have died, but good fogging by King R.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a hard lane for Magnus. He's gonna be harassed quite a bit.
Do they move? I mean, does he go top or else Bruce is
It makes
move,
it makes
right?
everything awkward. You just have to kind of leave the lanes as it is. You really don't want to move. You just have to accept this. Because what are you gonna do? You can't put TB mid. I mean, you can, but it's just kind of too late.
Yeah. He's already popped meta at the top.
Yeah. Because all the physical damage on TB doesn't really do much. He has 11 armor.
That's a lot, yeah. You need magic damage, which they have some. Terrorblade was a good pick.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Like I said, they don't really have anything to kill him. Taiga making the right play on top, pulling the creep wave all the way around, giving the free farm to the Brood, denying it's going to be able to deny a full creep wave too. Zoning out the Phoenix. But you can see Daxax dancing around in both teams.
Slow auto attack with the Fire Spirit. They're still going at it here. I mean, Fissure and Vansker, of course. Oh, he doesn't have. What am I saying? He's only level 1. Taiga knows this because he's getting those Fire Spirits. And he needs them to get a little bit lower. The Fissure, 110 damage. He's going to throw it out here. A couple more auto attacks. He needs at least 2 more. With the salve, though. It forces the salve, so there you go.
I mean, it feels good though. Like, even though they're playing Ferzees, they have some history with Alliance and Ferzees. Ferzee? Ferzees have some history with like previous matches within the past couple days. The fact that Ramses is playing, it's like for them, it's just like there's more excitement in the game for them. You know, there's much more. It feels much more on the line because the fact you have a player of Ramses, a player of that caliber, just beating them is just going to be that much more gratifying and satisfying.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you know, it's just this is how it is. You know, it's just Dota for you. Everyone's gonna even try harder because of it.
Yeah, the whole concept that, like, obviously there's some games where teams clearly aren't trying in the end, like just complete troll mode, but even in games that quote unquote don't matter too much, I still feel like they're trying because of their competitive spirit. Yeah, I caught that. I did not miss that.
It's a
I got
screenshot,
that.
man.
That's
You know, back in those days too, man. It's just like I remember, like when you kill a player like that, you just screenshot and show off to everyone. Because replays were hard to access back then, you know. So you got to screenshot these moments.
back in my day. We had to take screenshots.
Yeah, you did.
No,
dude.
I get that though. That makes sense. Bottom lane, they also
You
lost.
sound like Fear Dota right now, man. Hey guys.
See, you can do that. I can't. But
You're
you
just
are
doing
friends
it
with
right
that.
now, man.
I was a mocking Fear. I mean. All right, 1-1. Obviously, the better trade going the way of the Radiant squad, aka Alliance, and Brood, I assume, is doing pretty good top, yeah, 18-3, but Terrorblade's also doing very good. So your typical back and forth of both cores having a good time. Boxy, where was that? That was in the middle. He goes down.
Was that Assault? No, it wasn't a solo kill. Phoenix was there. No, Phoenix only threw some fire spears. That's almost like, was it a solo kill?
See the death summary. It was, no, Phoenix nearly did half the damage.
Okay. That's level 1's fire spears.
Yeah.
The cool thing about this TB, like even though Terrorblade like kind of hates the fact that he's pressuring, he just has so much armor that Brood doesn't really want to just send all his spiralings on top of him because it really doesn't do that much damage at all.
Earthshaker's coming up here maybe. Oh, never mind. Terrorblade goes mid. So they are starting to rotate now to the situation. I guess the levels have kind of changed things up a bit, and now with Quakefa at the tower, Terrorblade figures he's not going to get farm up there, so.
So I'm confused. What was the point of that? King R just decided to block the big camp, but Brood isn't even mid, so no one's going to be farming that Ancient. That was just a waste of 200.
Almost expecting him to rotate maybe because of this? Yeah, I don't know.
He's staying top. Sorry, we made you miss a kill.
Oh, I got it. I got it.
I mean,
talk
about the kills.
Every kill doesn't require constant play-by-play. Treant's dead too. That's my play-by-play.
Thanks for the update, sir.
In case you guys missed that. No, good rotation though. That was Phoenix. Phoenix has been moving a lot this game.
Oh, they finally swapped now. I think they realized, like, hey, like, Terrorblade, they can only do so much, you know, because his tower is going to be pressured eventually. And you don't want to lose a tower for free. You always want to make your losing towers as hard as possible. It's about just delaying it, just making it as difficult as possible for the enemy team. And the fact that Mag's up here, it's going to be difficult now. It's going to be jacking waves. Mag's going to be far. He has a DD as well.
Will do the damage of 2.
This Quakefa though cutting the creep wave again in typical Broodmother fashion.
I don't think he's going to level up RP. He might level up in power again. Myself to save the skill point.
As Phoenix was down there, some exchanging bottom lane. Was that bottom? No, that was in the middle. Whoa. Oh, he denied himself. Okay, makes sense. Seen that several times. In fact, Vansquare I feel like is the one that was doing that yesterday quite a bit too.
Yeah. You can see Ramsey, like he's saving his skill point here because Skewer might be an option. Small chance of Empower, and small chance of RP. Okay. Like whatever it may be, but it's most likely going to be Empower that he's going to level up.
Well, top Phoenix is coming in, so they might try for a play here. That double damage? No. Never mind. Back to the bottom lane. Afterlife. Ogre, he walks it off. He's fine. There are 3 here for Alliance. Weaver having to back off. However, the Magic Missile prevents that. Gets the Shikuchi off. Doesn't have time lapse. Only level 4. Doesn't need it. TP to the Shrine. They're going to pop it together. Terrorblade. Good getaway.
It's like a feels good game for Quakefa. He loves these kinds of moments here where he has full access and control of all of their jungle. But good deep ward by what's the lines? Ferzee's ward here. Yeah. No work in the Brood is. Fortunately, like he's just poking at this tower. Ramsey can't really react to it quickly enough.
Yeah, we are seeing some levels not being leveled, in fact, as Earthshaker is still only 2.5, at least 7 minutes in. Not where you want to be necessarily, but trying to find his place, roaming around, getting some vision. Got a deep ward in the jungle at least.
Yeah.
Terrorblade.
He killed like 75% of his broodlings there. He got 2 shockwaves off, hit 2 times with Empower.
Some nice gold. Bought in, they're going for killing Ogre. Bring it back to the though. He's got the stout shield, and he's just naturally tanking and being Ogre Magi. And he has Weaver nearby to help out. The Stormfly Taiga's the one in trouble all of a sudden. Living armor going to be put out. Insania, level 2 living armor. Doesn't have his Nature's Guise in this lane. It's going 0-2-2 so far. And it helps to keep at least his teammate alive, so back and forth. But yeah, again, reminder, this is a core Ogre.
Really is, huh?
Let's see here, yeah. He's farming. He's second net worth on the team. He's Terrorblade right now.
Is under attack.
He's gonna throw out that ignite. He's going the Fire Blast Ignite. Obviously no Bloodlust for him yet. And that Fire Blast might set up this kill. Again, the living armor last second. Leech Seed heal as well. Nice job with the Enchant Totem stun, but King R gets away before too much.
He's doing so much damage in King R here. He's actually making a lot of space on this from this Weaver.
Yeah, playing that support Weaver.
I've just been watching top, man. I like watching my boy Ramses.
Yeah. Ramses versus Quakepuff here.
It's not even really my boy. I haven't even spoken to him ever. Let's just...
Everyone's, you know, it's a fun player to watch. He's going to throw out that shockwave, gets a couple kills.
It looks like so much gold because it sounds a lot,
Yeah,
but
that's
then
when, it's like
it's
15
really
gold right there.
Oh, 15 gold, man.
Okay. Going on him, Swarm of Flying. Turn around an Ogre with a magic missile, but he has to kill that bug. Again, living armor coming out from Messina. That's proven to be a very powerful tool in this lane. Gets the multi-cast out with the Fire Blast, but Ogre's getting low once again. Mickey, Wave of Terror in, a couple more auto attacks. One more needed. No, not going to be in range.
You got it. Klink's got this. Huh.
Buck's going to finish, yes. He just like,
fade away.
Yeah, the looking the other way as it goes for the kill. That was badass right there. Weaver. Not going to make a play there. Top tower does go down. That is our first tower kill of the game. No surprise it's going to Broodmother.
And Diffusal is going to be picked up too. So I mean the cool thing is like with Magnus, it's like he's able to farm the jungle effectively and kill the creep wave at the same time, similar to what Broodmother is doing. You can see they're pretty toe-to-toe with CS, even though probably like 30 of those creeps are broodlings, but you know, it's all good. You can see the net worth here. Yeah, about 800 net worth, just because of the tower. Does he have any kills on Brood? No.
No.
1 kill on Ramses though, and 1 death.
Yep. What is Klink's going as? Oh, they're running into each other. He's going to run though on Quakepuff. Despite, well, I guess for some reason I thought he was lower level, but no. Only 1 level behind the Brood, but just kind of going back and forth, playing the mind games. Meanwhile, bottom lane, that's where the action's at. Swarm, being applied, Ogre's dead. There's your block to stall some things here, allow them to kill the Swarm bugs on them, and so Taiga also runs. And they kill Ogre, they get out. That's a core Ogre, so not too bad, especially with those 10-minute runes spawning.
Interesting lineup, man. Like you have a core Ogre and then you have a core Venge. So much single. I mean, there's a lot more single target in Alliance.
Yeah.
Big amounts of AoEs on Ferzees. I mean, just feeling this game alone, it really comes down to how this Klinks and Broodmother make rotations and movements around when they hit their item timings. Like right now, Brood has his Diffusal. He's trying to look for a kill because he doesn't really. I mean, he at the same time he does still want to keep farming. He doesn't want to like hinder his farm by looking for these potential kills. He just wants to see for any openings. But at the same time, as this game like continues to develop, I think it's going to be favoring Ferzees much more with just like how their heroes scale throughout the game.
Weaver, got one in against Shikuchi, and here comes Phoenix. He has a Supernova, looking for a placement, takes the magic missile, may use it soon. There we go, can activate a box. He's ready to focus fire with that strafe, however. It's like he knew it was coming all along. Now Afterlife, one more hit, nice job with the wand. He'll stay alive because of that swap play. They end up killing Weaver because of it. Mickey falling back too. Boxy running for that terribly metamorphosis. Going back in even with the Weaver, but the RP from Ramses. He says, hello, I'm in this game too. Double kill as a result. That was perfectly timed because, yeah, Terrorblade was in trouble there.
Baited that, man.
It absolutely was bait.
Terrorblade is going for the drums because I guess they want to stack up on all these auras with the power, bloodlust. I like it. Respectable. Ramses does a fresh blink and immediately just makes a play with it. And they got a tier 1. They should be able to get this tier 1 out if you're right. Zania sticking around maybe a little too long. Purple TPing in, which is
that'd be the
Shaker.
core Vengeful. With Shaker as well. They're going to catch Ogre maybe, and they will save the tower, it looks like. Yeah, so they're going to get Ogre for sure. Get something out of it.
I would have kissed that, but it's all good.
Quakefoot is free farming during this, but again, it's Broodmother.
Yeah,
it's naturally does that.
I mean, he didn't farm that much more. He only upped his net worth by a few hundreds.
Yeah.
He's looking for these kills and these opportunities. He bought a ward for himself too. You can see in the stash. He's like, you know, where's my supports, guys? He does this often. I know. I remember playing with him. He usually is like, I don't know. He likes placing his own wards, like self rewards.
He doesn't like to rely on the supports.
Yeah, because he knows where like he likes to play, and sometimes the supports can't really be there, so he kind of uses it to protect himself.
Ramsey's having to skewer backwards. Not gonna get out of this one though. He'll get some gold before with the shockwave, but
called Cockpadota right there. Instant diffusal into the hunger. His ultimate.
Quick go with the block. But yeah, going back to Klinks, I was curious what direction Boxy was going to go, and he's going to Maelstrom to follow up that Soul Ring, Acula, Power Treads, of course, really build up.
Dire's top tower
Likes the Maelstrom, however.
Dire's structures are fortified.
BKB picked up on Quake soon. He really needs that. I don't know how I really feel about this core Venge, but I mean, it was just the best with what they can do
Dire's
given
top
their situation.
tower is under attack.
Yeah, almost like
The thing about this lineup too, it's like, it's unfortunate. It's like they did so much damage on this tier 1, but like this Insania's build, it's like, it's so frustrating to play because it's like he's always just gonna he maxes his living armor regardless of the skill build, you know. And I think it's good. It's good because you're just delaying their pushes. You're wasting their time. You know, they did all this rotation, they got good kills, and then did all that, wasted like a minute or two doing all this damage on the tower and just
Ow.
How did that happen?
That was well, Fissure set up into just a
Fissure.
strafe auto attack. Yeah.
I was like, how did he
Straight.
kill a Weaver?
Javelin auto attacks against the procs in there.
You can see all of Alliance's towers are like fully healed too. So I mean, Ferzees, I mean, their goal is to just kind of look back and they don't really need to, if they focus on trying to kill a tower, they need to commit with 4 or 5 people. But then again, they're going to lose a lot of force, a lot of momentum because they're going to give Brood a lot of time to pressure these tier 2s. So right now, they think they just need to sit back and just farm a little bit more. Terrorblade is going to be accelerating his farm through this Empower, able to push the wave much quicker. It's like a free Battle Fury for him. And here, I think they might try this rotation now.
He's trying to get Bloodlust as well.
Yellow's TPing in, which is Clinks. Boxy shining up. He's going to run bottom and be ready to defend. He has his Death Pact up as well. Looking for a big creep. Unfortunately, there's no big creep yet.
Yeah, none over here. Spawn to 8 seconds. That was Vansker going down elsewhere. It looks like just behind Quick, but picks him off.
Yeah, like I said, this game is going to come down to the control and tempo that both the Broodmother and Clink set for this team. And of course, good rotations from the Earthshaker, and maybe, I don't think Venge feels like he's going to move too much. He just kind of want to sit in the lane and farm. But, you know, Earthshaker's obviously constantly playing with his Broodmother, and Clinks is kind of doing his own thing, trying to rotate to one of the other lanes, either bottom lane or play with the Earthshaker as well, because he needs some sort of disable to be able to kill one of these cores. They have a lot of escape mechanisms from Sunder, what is it, Skewer, Dive from Phoenix.
Bottom.
Here's the commitment now.
Drum's active. They have an overgrowth from Insania. He might just use it just to delay them, or he'll just take the kill, I suppose.
And they're going to commit for this tower.
RP going to be used to catch Vengeful, and that's, yeah, as you pointed out, worth it, it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was mentioning. They need to use a lot of heroes for this, and they're keeping one hero, which is the Weaver, on top lane to nullify this Broodmother and delay Broodmother's like initial pressure, but instead he just immediately rotates over to mid. And Clinks is also just lingering around top. Top is actually really low too.
Quakebo wants this middle tower kill, but Ramses has other plans. He comes in. However, that's Boxy in the flank. Ramses might be dead. I think he is. Strafe open. Yeah, that should be a kill. Multicast on a Koik, but Ramses is running away. The spawn Spiderlings.
Oh, 2 seconds, 1 second.
Oh my gosh, he actually lives. Boxy is not going to commit for the kill.
Hello?
Oh, the stun at the last second.
Oh! Oh, I
Actually
thought he got hit by the
stops
swarm.
No, yeah, the Fire Blast barely in time. And then Clinks goes down.
It's okay. I mean, mid tower is like from full HP down to this low. I mean, it's like you can take the players out of Alliance, but you can't take the rat out of Alliance. You know, it's just look at that. They lose a tier 1, and look at top tower and look at mid tower. They're just pressuring both sides of the map. And you just say, it's like, was it really worth it for Ferzees? I mean, it's a fair trade at the end. They get 2 kills. Yeah. They initially got 2 kills. They got a tier 1, which is the most ideal tower for Ferzees. But at the same time, like Alliance, both of their cores, they felt like they got so much. Top tower, mid tower, and the next push, they're going to lose two tier 2s out of it.
And Taiga just got his blink. Not the most ideal time in the blink, but still 17.5 minutes. It's not too bad. And he'll take it.
Manta finished on, this is a pretty fat Terrorblade here. He has a drums and Manta, 17 minutes. It's this Empower, this is Empower and Bloodlust. This is really helping him farm and move around the map so freely.
Yeah, Bloodlust leveled up recently here by Ogre Magi, but still, as that now, it's even level 2.
Even level 1 is nice, you know?
Yeah.
30 attack speed, 10 movement speed.
BKB finished on Brood. A couple of key items. The blink on Earthshaker, the BKB on Brood. Although it's in the stash currently, they jump on Terrorblade with that new blink dagger. Isn't enough upfront damage? The Invis rune.
Invis I've
oh,
ever seen.
Man.
Any rune, any other rune he could have died, or no rune spawn. But nope.
That's true. That could have been a thing too.
Vovo, let me give you an Invis rune.
And they
Save
happen to
your
not
life.
have vision. I mean, there is a Weaver on this side, so maybe they should be carrying it, but it's a support Weaver, to be fair.
Oh, detection.
Yeah.
No one has detection, actually.
Radiant structures
Oh,
are
they're just
fortified.
ignoring this Weaver because it's just...
Radiant's top
It's a
tower
position
is
for...
under
Oh, nice
Stop.
fissure there during the dive.
Yeah.
Taiga, Taiga, Taiga.
That guy's good, man. He's starting to see. He was the one I wasn't sure of as far as these players on the team and I don't know what to expect.
Ooh,
But
Ramsey,
he's
Shadow Blade.
shining. There we go. They jump on Koikfa. Skewer backwards. Koikfa's dead for sure, right? Yeah. BKB Insatiable Hunger. Always healing up. I dead for sure. I mean, he's alive and well. And now he's going after Weaver. Maybe not so well. Okay, Weaver will finish the job, but they got the turn kill on Magnus. Swap out for Sania. Get closer for a magic missile. And one more auto attack. No King R gets Shikuchi off in time, but a Fissure doesn't care about your Shikuchi.
Aqua Dota for you, man. Doing as much damage as he can prior to his death. He BKB'd with what, 100 HP remaining, and
popped ult.
Insatiable Hunger just
is under attack.
healing him enough just to survive for the next 5 seconds.
Middle up. So the RP, good idea, just wasn't enough. Now Boxy pushing with Mickey.
I think the problem was, I don't mean to flame Ramses, but he skewered them a little too far from the team. He should have skewered them closer to the team, or a little bit more away, either or.
Skewer can be that funky ability sometimes, yeah.
But the play was there, it was just the execution wasn't all there within the team.
How about that? Mickey is like, all right, you know what? I'll stick around and fight. And they pick off the Phoenix. However, Terrorblade now running after Mickey. Doesn't have his Metaform, though. He is out of Drums Charges as well. They pick off Ogre. Swap play to try to save Boxy. Unfortunately, it runs right into the Terrorblade. You know what? The dot took him down anyways, but Terrorblade sticking around too long. He's dead for 50 now. Magnus back in the fight. Ramses might be in trouble again. Does he have a skewer out? It doesn't look like it. He does a double kill for Koikva. And ferzee just kept on insisting on trying to fight there, but Alliance, they held their ground.
It's like tilted. They're playing CIS style again. No, Taiga's just, honestly, he's playing so clutch. He's on the right place at the right time, and now Mickey's finally, he's left bottom lane, is able to rotate. You know, he has a swap save, and just he's helping this Brood deal so much damage with his Vengeance Aura on top of his Terror here. The right clicks are prevailing now. It's just, it's Terrorblade. It's falling off a little bit. He was so farmed, and these 2 deaths just hurt him so much.
Supernova. All right, Alliance was thinking about it, but they just run away instead. Weaver, where the hell was he? Oh, Weaver's caught. That's a dust. They catch him. They chant out a perfect place.
Once again, Taiga.
Yeah.
Clutch blink. No need for fissure. No need for echo. Just let me enchant totem his AS.
He's a fantastic Earth Spirit player too. He's played Earth Spirit these last several. In fact, in the We Play event, he played like 4 games in a row in Earth Spirit.
That's why it's banned first.
Yeah. Goes back to that. Yeah, it was the IO Chen and Earth Spirit he's talking about. Those are old Taiga heroes.
Taiga's the new bulldog.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's maybe a stretch. Let's not say that yet, but I understand your point, though.
They're banning his heroes,
banning
man,
specifically for him, yes. He definitely takes the attention for this team in a lot of ways. Playing well in Earthshaker, though. That's another hero that, really any position for a player can play well.
I mean, Taiga's been an up-and-coming player for a while. I mean, he's been praised by this team and for a few other people that I know of as well. So, I mean, here he's really demonstrating, like, how strong of a position 4 he is. And he's still a growing and aspiring player, So
yeah, he was the least successful of the Han players on this team. So, like I said, I knew that he played Han and was competed, but he never really was, one of the big teams.
Were Sania and Mickey successful?
Yes, they won a couple of the Han Tour World Finals. I know it's not,
wow.
It's not international by any means, but they won the big events over there in Han.
It's about the titles. It's not about the money, man.
Exactly.
Unless you're Sumail.
Hey, money's nice, though, at the same time.
I mean, when you're making millions of dollars, that's a different story there.
It's, quite
I
nice.
don't know the meaning of that, so I'm just.
Of course. STST is what he was formerly known as, now known as Taiga.
STST?
Yeah, it's ST_ST. Not sure why. Either way, we're going to pause here. Who to pause? That was Klink's pausing the game. But Alliance 5,000 net worth late. Again, you have Terrorblade, as mentioned, had a great start. Maybe slowing down a little bit. The whole drums and a Manta style is going. I have Scotty. No BKB this game for him. Is that concerning, you think? Or
for who?
for Terrorblade. The Manta style does get him out of Overgrowth, I suppose, but no BKB.
No, because the thing is, it's like even with BKB, if Shaker's able to jump him, they get the stun lockdown on him, he's gonna die. But with Scotty, they won't have enough burst for him because they have just pure physical damage. And he should be fine. I think once he gets to Scotty, he should have enough HP. And then eventually adding onto with the Butterfly, some evasion.
Okay.
I think it'd be good. I think this drum build is not really paying off for him anymore. I feel like it's a very expensive item, and it's actually hurting him.
Well, Roshan happening in the meantime, and Quickfa, that's free Aegis. Poor Quickfa, I'm guessing. There we go, picks it up.
I like that build. He's going, because you don't see that often, Broodmother rushing or going into a Kyros, but they know like Ferzee's lineup, it's almost all physical now, because he does have BKB, and Terrorblade is the one that's dishing out an insane amount of damage.
They saw them smoke here. They have vision of that mid also. ferzee knows that Alliance is smoked up, heading towards the bottom ideally. They are getting greedy. And Weaver, that's going to bite him in the ass. Oh, maybe not. The Fire Blast hits before that. Whoa, what is going on? Swap into a time lapse. He's still got that Overgrowth hit both? God, that radius is insane. They catch the Ogre, though. And they're definitely going to finish off.
The kind of issues I think some teams have, and they forget, maybe they forget, when they're playing against a Treant Protector, it's like, dude, like, the point of pressuring a tower is to force movement, not to commit. It's half HP, and like I notice a lot of teams from what our games that we spectate against Tree, it's like they commit towards these towers, but you can never use one or two heroes to just Echo Slam here.
They caught Magnus. That's a big kill. If they can make it happen, they absolutely can. Speaking of that, committing towards a tower push.
What does it do?
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything. Like the point of it is to create movement, to put pressure onto the tower to force rotation. Other than that, you're not going to get the tower unless you commit multiple heroes. Unless you're like a Terrorblade, that's just obviously like, and you see everyone else on the rest of the enemy team, and you can actually pressure the tower against a Treant. But other than that, it's like you can see Treant's already healing it, and they're still hitting it, and it doesn't do anything. And in the end, they lose two heroes on bottom lane, and then Ramsey's doing the same thing on top. You're just making mistake after mistake. But the problem is, it's like, I don't really blame, you can't blame like Ramsey's for it, because I tell you, it's like kind of like a collateral effect, where it's just like one mistake happens, one death happens, another death is going to happen, because it's just like, it tilts the team, and it's just like, you lose a little bit of focus on what the game plan is. It's just you want to keep these deaths to a minimum and just keep focused.
8,000 net worth now for Alliance, so it is slipping a little bit for ferzee. However, Terrorblade running after Nice.
Oh, Manta dodge.
And Manta dodge right there on the Magic Missile. Obviously has that projection time. Projectile. Ramsey skewers back in. He has an RP, not needed here though. Okay, they find the core Vengeful.
Like his build up too is going to go into a Shiva's Guard. Here's what I'm talking about. You need to surround the tower with the cores. Terrorblade is the only real tower hitter in this team. Everything else is just like, you're just creating kind of movements and creating space for the team. You can see how quickly he actually takes down these towers.
Floating armor even came out like as it was just about dead. It didn't matter.
That'd be sick if he can cleave during a meta. That's actually too broken.
No, I don't know if that'd be sick. That would be, I mean, Terrorblade's strong enough. Come on, Jimmy. Let's not give ideas here.
720, anyone?
We saw that Battle Fury build for a little bit.
Our tour started that, yeah. And then every pub player started doing it.
And then it quickly died off.
Yeah.
I mean, Battle Fury was nerfed, to be fair. PL was also picking it up quite a bit, but yeah, then they nerfed it shortly after that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Scythe finished on Boxy, playing the Clink, so he's bringing more crowd. He went that Maelstrom initially, but finally getting a second item, essentially, into the Scythe. Plenty of lockdown now.
Yeah, this is not enough damage. The thing is, Clinks doesn't need to really go damage build because he has his Death Pack with the Strafe and then auras from Vengeful. Dishes out more than enough damage.
Nice scan. It actually spots what they believe to be the Broodmother, and they would be right.
Orchid gonna be picked up next on Broodmother as well.
Okay, so we are going to see the Orchid eventually too.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Now with the Scythe again, talking about the control. Ramsey skewers Ear Shaker. He's been annoying for them, but it's not going to be a kill off the bat though. Taiga.
It's a hard kill here.
He is a hard kill apparently. He's still alive. Overgrowth finally comes out. They do kill Ear Shaker. And Alliance can't necessarily do the most follow-up to that Overgrowth. Kind of backing off. Quickfoot taking out illusions. In the meantime, Insatiable Hunger was used.
Yeah, he's going to get Blood Thrown into Nullifier on Quickfoot. This should be his item build.
RP is still ready by the. Oh, almost got boxed.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, VP. Ferzee's is. I was looking at Ramses.
Kind of VP.
Kind of?
Not really.
Ramses is VP.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of like how Steph Curry is to Golden State Warriors. So come on, man. Stop facepalming me.
I mean,
here.
Kevin Durant is kind of a big deal, too. But
No, you remove him, it's fine. You move Steph Curry, Golden State is done.
All right, let's not get into that now. Anyways, DocSock, I have Scotty, finished 3,100 gold on him, so that BKB is inevitably coming. You mentioned maybe the Butterfly could have been decent this game, but oh, Phoenix. That's why he got the scythe right there,
That's
man.
why.
Quick and
Maybe
easy
solo
kill.
is VP. I don't know, man.
You're overthinking. VP is a team. I mean, they're all very
I think
good
who the
players.
face of the team is, though, right? Every team has a face. Like our tours to EG.
I mean, I would say Sumail's EG. See, you can have multiple faces, right?
Yeah, you got multiple faces there. Huh? I guess more Sumail, right?
Yeah.
The
See,
Kid
you're
Prodigy.
even second
Well,
guessing
they're two.
yourself.
Whatever, man.
They're both.
It's because
face.
Sumail won a TI. Our tour is just our tour. Major winners, TI winners, and there's Arteezy.
And Arteezy's just Arteezy.
Arteezy.
Ramses, he really wants to use this RP, man.
Hey, he's looking at this brood. He looks juicy.
Oh, but they saw him with the sentry. Double dust, just in case.
See, these are good deaths because
Yeah.
it would have been quick.
Is he gone? Oh my God, he almost TP'd out.
That was close.
That was really close.
But yeah, this is what you call a good death here.
Oh,
That's definition of a great death.
It saved
Dyer's
Quickfoot.
middle
Yeah, Quickfoot
barracks
would've
are
died.
under attack.
Most likely, because you got to think about what do they have follow up after an RP? If they don't kill him that duration, like because Fire Blast is only 1.5 seconds, they gotta hope for a multicast here. If you don't get that, I don't know. We saw we all saw what happened last time. He has 40 armor as well, so he's not easy to kill.
Yeah, the AC finished. One of the
Radiant's middle
Oblivion
tower
staffs
is
also
under
purchased.
attack.
Towards that arc, yeah, they're looking to defend the mid tower. Remember, this is a
Radiant's
tier 1 mid still
are
up, thanks to
fortified.
Trian especially. But probably going to fall. Fortification goes up. Maybe not, actually. Not committing the meta for this just yet.
I like what Quickfoot did there. He just, even though he fed his spiders, he sent.
They're going. They want him dead. He has a Sutter, remember. He possibly get beat. Pops the meta. He says, all right, bring it on, baby. Quickfoot going to be swapped out by Vengeful. Mickey is dead right there. Boxy also got bursted down after the fact, and they lose the tower. So I believe he centered his teammate, if I'm not mistaken, doing King R.
Yeah, I don't think they realized Weaver had an ag, so you can't initiate
Oh,
on TB
yeah.
like that.
Are scanning.
I didn't see him pick it up actually either, so it
Radiant's
shows maybe
middle
Alliance
tower is
wasn't
under
ready. I
attack.
mean, if they knew Weaver had ags, they for sure wouldn't have initiated like that.
That's what happened. Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering how he's able to get out so quickly.
Well, on top of that, Magnus instantly RP'd, so he wouldn't have been able to kill anyways, and that's why Venge ended up swapping the Brood, and he sacrificed his life for it.
So that's the other really awkward thing with a Vengeful Core, though. It's just because if you're swapping defensively like that to sacrifice yourself, all of a sudden that net worth that you have on this core hero is essentially just wasted when you could do literally the same thing as a support Vengeful anyways.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really done anything as a real core Venge, aside from getting levels and getting a huge, massive, like, level advantage, having, his auras maxed out sooner than expected. But if he's able to pick up this Hex, then yeah, it makes it worthwhile. But so far, I don't think this core Venge is really paying off for them, for sure.
Grouping up around one another as if maybe a smoke week.
This game is hype, man.
It is. It's proven to be a very close game as we expected.
There's more tactical and strategy involved in these games,
A little more cleaner in that sense, yeah.
Ramses is calming their tits here.
Possibly. That might be happening. Shiva's finished on Ramses. I know you mentioned that earlier as far as you like it. He also has the gem as well, which was Insania's apparently. Okay, so that was Trian's. Bit of a fissure block.
They have a smoke, so they might look into that. Maybe like something. Oh, just catching a Brood here. They want to bait this TB. TB just obviously. Oh, he's RP's up now.
Yep, skewer back, RP. Oh, he doesn't get it off. He gets stunned in response to the overgrowth, I believe, or something else. Either way, he eventually gets the RP off on top of the Supernova. And Boxy's going to beat down the Supernova in the meantime, but they lost Koikfa. The big target's down, Daxak. 20 more seconds before he has his metamorphosis, but clearly at this point doesn't even need it. Ramsey's beating down Clinks. Clinks is simply going to walk away. Taiga with the Echo Slam. It looks pretty, but it's not going to necessarily be enough.
It looks pretty, but it ain't pretty, man.
Yeah. Oh, I thought maybe, maybe the follow-up, but again, Vengeful's already elsewhere. Clinks and Broodmother dead, so.
We talked about like this, as the game progresses, it just becomes harder and harder for Alliance. It appears like they have potentially even just missed their timing on this as well.
Well,
Terrorblade still has his meta too, and he has Arcane Rune with his meta.
That feels good.
He's saving it until the very last second here. I think he should just pop it.
Fort with living armor,
middle tower is under attack.
All right, they get through though. Living armor going to be applied again in a second.
Brother.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm just looking for a kill. He's an aggressive player.
Time lapse. Got him.
This looks like a free Rax here. They know Echo's down. 20 seconds, no glyph.
God, Blink Ags on Weaver. I love it. That's such a good, especially as a true support Weaver.
This lineup is all about Terrorblade. If Terrorblade dies, then they have no damage.
Yeah.
They have nothing. They're just all in on him.
It's working right now.
Is he getting next butterfly? Yeah. Oh.
Foxy.
Yeah, pretty much like I said, it's like as soon as he gets butterfly, I don't know, Alliance doesn't really have much of an answer for him. Like they already have enough trouble dealing with him or trying to kill him because of the Weaver Ags, and you have RP to also protect him. And now they have, I don't know, he has a butterfly too to add on top of that. And Roche is up, and honestly, even if Alliance are able to get this Roche, I'm not sure if it's really going to change much of the game and how this game is like progressing for ferzee.
There you go, you got it. So I'm a little unsure.
ferzee, fair.
I've been calling it ferzee, but I was told it's ferzee. Anyways, Ogre, there's that time lapse again. BKB from Mickey, they really want this Ogre dead, man. Okay, they get it. He just buys back, though.
It's called a good death.
Exactly. Going back to that logic there.
Radiant's top tower.
Get it blinked away before any more initiation
swap,
happens.
Yeah, swap and BKB. It's only level 16. It's better than a Phoenix or anyone else dying. It's just an Ogre, man. It's gonna bloodlust some people.
They're not giving up this Roshan. As who is here? That's the Radiant Heroes are nearby. I guess Train is somewhat nearby, and they do see him. And that gem from earlier, I'm guessing they still have it. Yeah, Ramses does. Skewers it forward. And now Ramses is stuck. Never mind. Time
nope. I love watching Ramsey play. It's just beautiful, man.
He's always ready to go.
Yeah. He smells good, too. I've heard.
He what?
Smells good, man.
Smells good. What? That's what I thought you said. I had to really.
Head and shoulders, man.
The head and shoulders. Okay, I see where you're going. Weaver, time lapse on himself, so he's fine. That cooldown is just ridiculous. Taiga, he's going to end up dying to his reflection, and Doxak gets credit for the kill because of that.
So, I mean, the way I see how Alliance should probably view this game is Clink should be trying to focus firing this Weaver down and looking for him in this team fights. He needs to probably pick up a gem or a dust for himself and just kind of lock him down while this Earthshaker kind of jumps on this the Terrorblade or whoever else, probably the Terrorblade, because you have a higher kill potential on him. But you will never be able to kill him because Weaver has a Blink dagger. He's always going to be in position to save this TB.
That was pretty nice by Mickey right there. Blink reaction to the blink from Magnus. Either way.
You can see King R is playing so safe. He's always just hiding because he knows there's a Blink dagger and Sakuchi.
Exactly.
And with the amount of HP and evasion that Terrorblade has, like he will never get bursted down by with what Alliance has.
He'll always have time to react.
Giving up this free Roche. Alliance, can they steal it? They need to steal this.
Mickey went for the Taiga? No, unable to steal it. Daxak. Just adding in letters there. Either way, Phoenix does go down, but they lose Vengeful, and with the BKB, or excuse me, with the Aegis now especially, Terrorblade, he just wants to go. RP, Ramses really wants to catch Quakeba. Too slippery.
Dude, that BKB timing was like literally half
it was just like might as well because they're going to jump, yeah. I think that was, it's just about death, so let me BKB, but maybe it was reaction, who knows.
Oh yeah, of course, he's doing it because of the Aegis, but it was like the timing, like Earthshaker, if he was just like 0.1 second faster.
Yeah.
Which is good timing by Dex.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Sorry, I'm bad with names, man.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
There's the Rex. See you later. Urshiker does not have a buyback. Quake, but trying to get a pick of the backlines. He will do so on Weaver. That's a support Weaver. And this is a time lapse, but he buys back in time lapse himself, so he's already back into the fight. Vengeful, that's a dieback. 100 seconds dead for Koikva. They locked in with a Fire Blast, a triple multicast. Has a buyback, but I think Alliance might be feeling it. That it's too much.
Ramsey, the drafting god.
Yeah, it was. The draft definitely came together. It's not your everyday draft, the whole support Weaver, but the time lapse clearly made it work and running around the core Ogre. And
This feels like such an unfair standard, though, man. It's like,
yeah,
it's a big game changer here. I mean,
pretty good.
Seeing Verzees from yesterday to today is just a drastic change here.
Yeah.
But, I mean,
Hey, I guess it's allowed. You know, it's a part of the rules apparently, and so ferzee playing fair in that sense, and they are now up 1-0.
Rule book them. Rules are rules. It's completely fine.
Alliance bust out the rule book. Yeah. No, this is one of these bets again. It's $50,000 prize pool. It's still so good money. Use it as practice, though. I think is the ultimate here for especially the teams like this, and especially a team like Alliance.
Yeah, definitely preparing for the next major and minor, and just getting more experience as much as possible.
They're going to see Ramses at a couple of their events they qualified to. So.
Oh yeah.
All right. I guess we can go to us. There we go. We are here. We are at the BTS studio, and we are casting some GG.Bet Invitational. We are casting what is a 1-0 lead now for Espada. So stay tuned. We got game number 2 going to be coming up versus Alliance. Looking forward to this one. I'm BreakyCPK, joined by DeMoN. We'll be back